Well, hey y'all, happy Tuesday. Today we're gonna feed my compost and I'm gonna give you a little tip on water catchment if you're in the mood to do that after all the rain that we had this summer. And lastly, before we jump into all that, I don't know if you're like me and you've just been getting eaten alive between the mosquitoes and the ants. I'm back to my 5-year-old self in the Delta running around barefoot with like scabs and swelled up bites all over myself. So, and I battled them for a hot minute on the patio with my fans. And I've got an essential oil spray, but these are a different kind of breed, it seems like. And they are saying that there's this new thing going on where the female mosquito has adapted to be able to lay her babies in dry dirt and wait and wait and wait until one day that dirt might get wet again. So it's not just that stand in water idea anymore. So my husband kept telling me to get some dryer sheets because I don't use dryer sheets because I don't like the smell. And put it in my pocket. So I tried that yesterday because I wanted to be able to do some stuff, and especially when I'm out here under the tree, they're pretty rabid. So it worked when I was up on the patio just having it in my pocket, but then when I went out to water they were getting me, like not up like above my knees, but they were getting me down by my ankles. So later on I decided that and this is gross because I don't even like the way these smells. I just decided I was gonna rub it on me because my next step is to go get some off or some DEET or something like that because I'm to the point where my bites, I'm scratching them so much. I'm like this far from impetigo, like they're turning into blisters, and I'm doubling down. Like I have 3 things I do a day, 3 times a day to those bites. So I can't get any more bites, and I really don't want to get any off. So if you're having a problem like me, I can tell you right now, test driving, even as long as I've been staying in here, I should have gotten bitten by now. So maybe the dryer sheets actually being rubbed and kept in one's pocket could keep us from actually having to spray off on us, which, I mean, there's probably still a bunch of chemicals in the dryer sheet. So let's run into my kitchen and start unloading stuff for the compost. And then we're going to feed the compost, and I'm going to give you that little tip on saving water and see what you think. I just finished cleaning out the refrigerator, and I'm sad because it's clear that we're kind of over cutting for different things. Like we have a sandwich night, so that's what that is there, and I don't. And then plus, like, my refrigerator is a little extra cold, so depending on where things get put, they get kind of frozen together. So this is from the fridge. The fridge looks a lot better now. And now I'm going to start cleaning out from the freezer because since we've gotten a little bit more settled, I've gotten committed to doing more of a regular salad night and getting vegetables going. So this is going to kind of be noisy, but I do just want to kind of show you how I do this, because this is, like I said, the most effective. Besides letting it stock up in my refrigerator, this is the easiest way for me to keep up with my food waste. So this is like one night it looks like we were having mushrooms and broccoli, and so this is just the same produce bag that one of these vegetables came out of. So I'm just going to set it in there, and some of these I try to mark. So this is actually for smoothies, but like this watermelon, I know that it isn't. So a lot of times I just try to save it. Like this is the bag. This is the bag that the watermelon came in. So I try to save it in the bag that it came in so that I'm not just like wasting and throwing away plastic. This one's for soup. I know that this is, now this is one that I wish it wasn't this way, but one of the kids, so it looks like it's probably cabbage. So usually for something like this, I would have, before I put it in the bag, I would just take the extra couple minutes to chop it down to, you know, just a smaller size. It's easier for it to break down in the compost if it's that smaller size. Now this is, again, one of my stock bags. We still need to make that together, but I'm just gonna set it up for right now. And this is a smaller bag. And this is from the other night when I was, I roasted some of these peppers, and just like I said, as I got done, I just tossed them in the same bag that they were in. And so we freeze a lot of stuff. So it looks like I've got a lot of food in here, and that's the funny thing, and that's another reason why I have to do this, because it is mostly compost. So here's some romaine ends, and I'm actually gonna take, because my family's infamous for just leaving partial bags of ice in here, but I usually take these out too, because it's just, you know, like slow water being added to it. I'm gonna keep the banana because we use those in meals and stuff, and then that stuff back there is actually food. So I'm gonna just get this stuff straightened back in here. And then up here, I know we've got more, see, this is some celery that was on its way out, and so I rough chopped it again so that it's easier to break down. Here's a bunch of strawberries that got left too long in the fridge. This looks like a big salad night that we had, because there's all kinds of peelings in there from that. And let's see, now these are berries that we want to keep. That's a berry, and so let's put that. So we might be getting to the end. Nope, I see a couple more. So bananas, because we'll make bread with those. That's why if bananas get too close to the end, we just stick them in the freezer. This is grapes. These are actually grapes from our grapevine. And one more bag, it looks like, of, yeah, another salad night of things. So now I've got just a little bit more room in my freezer. And thankfully I've got more freezers outside. And now, so I had 2 containers of grapes from the vine. I think that back there is ginger. And I'm just gonna stack some of this food back up. And I think there's one, yep, see, there's always one of these misfit bags back here. So now I can clean all this random ice out of here and fill my freezer back up. So yeah, nothing in there that is like really edible, and there's nothing over here. Not that there's stuff in there that's edible. I'm just saying that mostly what was in there was all for compost. So this is our bin now. I filled it up. So I'm just gonna set it outside, just maybe for 15 minutes to make it where I don't have to fight with getting it unstuck. Just kind of knock the chill off just a little bit, and then I'll catch back up with you out at the bins, and we'll feed all the bins together. And for a few minutes, I'm just going to tie this up to keep the, you know, all the bugs out of it. So, see you in a minute. So I spared you all the fun of me opening up the bags. But I did want to just kind of show you, see, this was my bunny poo pile. And since I don't have her anymore, I'm still going to continue to work the pile. So kind of in all of my piles, I put my greens, my food, in the center, and now I'm going to go back, and that's because it's kind of the easiest way to get it all covered back up evenly. This might be a little bit more difficult down here, but now, and you can see that's where I just dumped a bag of ice. So I'm not going to worry about watering this right now, because all of this stuff is going to be slowly melting throughout the day. And then tomorrow when I water the garden, I'll give the top layer a good soaking. So I'm going to just grab some leaves and get this covered up. you can kind of see right there, like you can still see some food. So you want your layers to kind of be equal. So like we said, that pile of stuff I put from the freezer was in there that thick. That's how thick the leaves need to be, because one, it's going to keep it covered up. Two, it's going to keep it doing the work it's supposed to do, and it's also going to keep it from getting yucky. So it looked like these got overfilled, but as that stuff breaks down, these are all going to break down too. So there's feeding my compost. And this is really, besides bunny poo, this is the only feeding I've done besides layering stuff from cuttings outside. So hope you enjoyed this episode of feeding my compost. I've been a little reluctant to share this water tip because it was so wet for so long. But if you don't know, this is the line that comes from my AC, and you've got one somewhere too. And during the summer, this is actually producing basically distilled water, because it's the condensation that comes down from the air conditioner. And in my old house, it used to just kind of go, it came out real low to the ground by my front garden bed, like where my flowers were. So on a good day, especially like a humid day where it's above like 10%, I can almost collect 5 gallons of rain, or not rain, but just kind of distilled water off of the air conditioner. And during the summertime, as long as the AC's running, this is perfectly clean. It's not, wouldn't be called potable. You don't want to drink it, but it's perfectly fine for, watering stuff in the garden. And it doesn't have any nutrients in it, though. It doesn't have any minerals. It doesn't have anything like that. So if you're going to use it, you might want to add some maybe fish emulsion to it, or kelp, something to actually give it a little boost. I just got worn out hauling water when I had so much rainwater, so I kind of get off track with collecting it. But in the summer, when we're facing all kinds of bills for electricity and how much water we're using, you might consider using some of that distilled water coming down off of your AC unit. So that's a little tip. Well, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I've got next week's video kind of already in the works because it's kind of a stage-by-stage process. So I'm going to work on one of those stages today, and I've got some awesome encouraging things coming next week too, because I'm just feeling so much better, and I'm just so grateful to be on the next leg of things. So I hope you're having the best day ever, and I hope that you are feeling good too. I want to thank you for always stopping in whenever you get a chance, and I'll chat with you soon. Bye.